Hey there, Saki here from Saki Tech, and in today's video I want to share 5 super advanced tips, tricks and features for the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. In this video I will use an S8 Plus for demonstration, but everything applies equally to the S8. I'm just amazed at how many features are packed into these phones, and I learn something new every time I pick it up and dive into the settings. So let me share these 5 advanced features with you so you can also derive maximum satisfaction from your S8 or S8 Plus. Also, see the links in the description box below for even more tips, tricks and hidden feature videos for the S8. But anyway, let's dive in and start discovering. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is called a secure folder. Basically, secure folder is designed to keep prying eyes away from your device and put some of your most important files under a total lockdown. So when you first get your phone, what you want to do is you want to go into the app drawer, go into Samsung, and the secure folder will be sitting right there, and all you want to do is you want to launch it. Once you launch the secure folder, for the first time it's going to ask you to pick a PIN number for the secure folder. By the way, if you cannot find the secure folder in the Samsung folder, which is possible for some carriers, all you want to do is you want to go to the settings, you want to go to lock screen and security, and then scroll down, and there's a secure folder. And if you click this for the first time, it's going to ask you to set up a PIN number. Now remember, the PIN number you pick up for the secure folder is actually a separate PIN number from what you would use to unlock your actual phone. So for demonstration purposes, I picked 0000, and then when I click OK, it goes into the secure folder. Now let me show you guys how this works. Basically, everything you do in the secure folder stays inside secure folder. Now let me show you a quick example. So if I launch Samsung Notes over here, and let's say I go and I create a brand new note. So let me just skip this. Just allow the permissions if it's going to ask for that. Let's create a new note over here. Let's just type in. So we type that in. It says it's secure. This file is private. Let's save this. So what's going to happen is this file is saved in Samsung Notes application, but it's completely secure unless you access it via the secure folder. So if I tap it right now, it's going to bring me that note. But if I exit the secure folder, and by the way, every time you exit secure folder, it actually gets locked out. So if I try to go back in, it's going to ask for a password. Okay, but let me go to the regular Samsung Notes over here in the Samsung folder. Let me launch it. And as you can see, when I do that, there's nothing in here because the note that I created earlier was created within the secure folder environment. So that is how the secure folder works, okay? And again, if I go back in here, and if I put my password in, and I go to Samsung Notes, that note that I just created is in fact sitting securely in that folder. You can do this with all these apps. You can do it with the gallery app, you can do it with the camera app. So if I go to the camera right now, and let me just allow this permissions, and if I take a picture, that's going to be a black picture. And if I go into gallery via the secure folder, I will see that one picture, okay? But if I go to my regular gallery over here, I'm not going to see that picture. I'll see the other pictures that I took, but I'm not going to see the secure picture that I just took. Now, one more thing I'm going to show you guys. What if you have a file here that you want to secure? All you have to do is select that file, okay? So select that file, or let's select this one over here, and then tap this icon over here, and at the bottom it says move to secure folder. So I can move individual files from my gallery application or other applications right into the secure folder, as long as the app supports it. So let's tap this. Now as you can see, it's going to ask for a password. Let's do that. And that thing has been moved to secure folder, so it's no longer here in my regular gallery application. Let me exit that. So if I go back into the secure folder, and if I put my password in, and if I go into the gallery, now I have 2 secure pictures that nobody can ever see but me, as long as I access it via the secure folder by putting in my PIN number. And just one more thing on the secure folder, if you do tap here, you can go into the settings, And from the settings, there's actually a lot of things you can do. What you could do is, this is the most important one over here. It says auto lock secure folder every time you leave the app. Okay, so make sure this is set to be immediately. All right, so every time you exit the secure folder, it gets locked down immediately. So it's impossible for anyone to get smart and access it. All right, the other thing is the lock type for the secure folder can be changed. If you go into the lock type, as you can see, let me just put the password in. You can use fingerprints and you can use your iris sensor, which scans your eyeballs. And also, if you tap this, you can pick anything, the pattern, the password, whatever you want. All right, just be aware of these customizations. And now that you're aware of the secure folder, you can come in and you can play with all these other little options. For example, you can add applications. If you want to, you can add other applications into your secure folder and perform similar tasks as I just did on the gallery and the Samsung Notes. You can also add files. If I tap this, it's going to ask me, do you want to add image files, videos, audio, or whatever. You tap on any one of these guys and you can pick an image and you can move that into the secured folder. Okay, and that's the secure folder. Let's move on to the next advanced feature. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is how to save power, how to save battery life on your phone. And your phone gives you a lot of options. So all you want to do first and foremost is go into the settings and then go into device maintenance, tap on it, and then go into the battery. And here's the good thing about this. You have three options. First of all, for the power savings mode, you can actually have it off, so your phone is just running as usual. Number two, you can pick a medium level. If you look at this screen carefully, it actually decreased the brightness by -10%. It changes the screen resolution of your phone from Quad HD Plus to full high definition plus. And it also enables a CPU speed limiter that actually lowers the clock speed of your processor so it doesn't eat as much battery life. And also turns off the background network usage and turns off the always on display. Now if you look over here, it says apply. It's saying if you apply these settings, it's going to give you plus 10 hours and 32 minutes of extra battery life. Now you can go even further. You can tap this customize button and that's going to apply to the medium power savings mode, and you can actually customize even the medium power savings mode itself. For example, you can say when I activate the medium power savings mode, I want my screen to be high definition plus and not full high definition plus. And just by doing that, I added 1 hour and 5 minutes of extra battery life. And then at the bottom here, the speed limiter is on, always on display. Let me just show you one thing. So with the always on display, if I enable this, it changes the estimated battery life to 41 hours. If I disable it, it changes to 48 hours. So just by enabling and disabling, the difference is 7 hours of battery life based on my current usage. And once you pick all the options that you like, you can simply click apply and that applies that mode. And the other thing over here is the maximum power savings mode. Now with the medium power savings mode, right now it's off. So I am at 36 hours. With the medium, I'm going to be at 46 hours. And with the maximum, it's actually going to give me 131 hours of battery life. But it's not going to be doing much. So if I tap on maximum power savings mode, it's going to turn my interface into a very basic interface. It's going to decrease the brightness, it's going to decrease the screen resolution, and it's going to turn off all these options. I can again go to customize, and I can tweak these things as much as I want to get my optimum battery life. But let me just apply this really quick and show you what it looks like. If you click apply, it's actually not going to look like your regular phone. So it's actually performing all the tasks, it's giving you updates as it's doing it. So let's wait for this to complete. And it's complete. And with the maximum power savings mode, your phone turns into this basic little thing. So you can't really do much. You can add some other applications, but you're not going to be able to add high intensity applications. But really, once you do this, as long as it's for making calls and sending text messages and browsing the internet a little bit, you're going to be able to get a lot of battery life that no other phone can match. And if you want to disable it, you tap that button, turn off maximum power savings mode, and you're going to go right back into the regular mode. I recommend you guys use this in a pinch when your battery life may perhaps be at 20% and you're nowhere near a power adapter. Alright, so we're back in business. Let's move on to the next tip. Now, before I actually move on to the next advanced feature, I just want to give you a quick bonus tip. When you first buy your phone, make sure you go into the settings and scroll all the way down, go to About Phone, and just make sure you give your device a proper name. So tap this guy, and you can actually rename your device. So when your device is shown on a Bluetooth device elsewhere or a Wi-Fi direct device elsewhere, you can identify it easily. So for example, I can give this the name of my channel, right? You can give it your name and add S8 next to it perhaps. So just a little quick way to customize your phone. But anyway, let's move on to the actual advanced tip. All right, so the next tip is a pretty cool tip. So if I go into the calculator application, I'm just using this application as an example. What I could do is from the top corner of the screen, from either side, if I swipe in, it turns that calculator into a miniature app. And then I can take this and move it around the screen. I can even resize it and make it even smaller, or make it into a size that I am comfortable with, okay? And then if I go to the home from here, it's gonna actually get minimized and it's just gonna be on the screen. But you can put this anywhere you want for quick access. The point is, if I'm doing something on the phone, let's say I'm on a website, I'm looking at some prices and I wanna do a quick calculation, I can just tap on this guy and I can do a quick calculation, all right? And when I'm done, I can tap this button here and put it on the corner again and continue doing what I'm doing, working with the numbers. But every time I need to access the calculator, I can just tap this button, do my thing, and put it down again, all right? And the other thing is, I can also switch by tapping this button, I can switch to the full screen mode in case I need more room to work with. Now you do have to enable this option. What you want to do is you want to go into the settings, and you want to go into the advanced features, and then go into multi-window, and from here, make sure pop-up view action is in fact enabled. If you swipe over, it tells you exactly what it's for. Now, this is not going to work with every single application, but it's compatible with a lot of applications. So if I was in Chrome, let's say I was in Google or T-Mobile or whatever, I can do that to Chrome as well. Oops, there we go, from the top corner. And now I have a little Chrome window I can put around, even resize, and use it at my convenience. And when I don't need it, I can simply put it to the side for quick access. And the great news is I can do this for multiple apps. So let me go back into the calculator application right here. And let's say I want to use that as well. Let me just minimize this from the other side. And if I tap the minimize icon, that actually also gets minimized and it gets coupled with the Chrome application I was using. If I tap it, they both show up and I can choose whichever I want. I can choose this one, or if I tap this, that will come up and they are both on the screen right now. And then I can just exit when I'm done with these things. Absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to the next feature. The next tip has to do with gaming. So if you're a gamer, this tip is for you. If you're not a gamer, you may skip to the next advanced tip. So first and foremost, I want you guys to go into the settings, go into advanced features, go into games, and make sure game launcher is enabled. What this is going to do for you is it's going to create a little game folder. Let's go take a look at it. It's right here, this game launcher, and it's going to aggregate all the games you download into this automatically, and on top of that, it's going to give you some really amazing features while you're playing a game. Before we even dive into the games, I just want to quickly show you at the bottom here, you have some options. It says normal performance. If you tap it, you can switch to high performance, which is going to give you even better gaming performance by tweaking your phone. And then you have the saving power mode that you do not want to do when you're playing a game. I recommend that you keep it at the high performance mode to get the maximum benefit from gaming. Now let's launch an actual game and see what we can do with the built-in options in the game launcher. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to launch the Lara Croft Go game, and then I'm going to show you all the options that come in. Let me wait till the game loads. So we're in the game. Let me just tap on play. Let's go to the entrance and let's just pick a level over here just for demonstration. So there's the game. Okay, so you're playing the game and here's all the things you can do. Swipe in from the bottom and then tap on this icon here and that's the game tools options. Now from here, what you can do is you can switch this game to the full screen. It's not currently at full screen, okay? As you can see, it's not utilizing, there's some black bars on the sides, so it's not fully utilizing the full screen. I don't recommend that you do it, because when you do go to full screen, it's going to ask you to restart the game and even give you a warning that this mode may cause the game to display incorrectly, and at many points that's going to be true. So forget about the full screen mode. What I truly like is to set this option on, no alerts during game. So if I disable this and if I get a text message, it's going to interrupt my game. But if I enable this, as I'm playing the game, nobody can alert me for anything. And then you can enable the hard press button lock. You can do the edge touch lock. Oops. But those are not that important. What I really want to show you guys is these two things over here. Recording the gameplay and taking a screenshot of your game. So basically, if I'm playing the game and I like something, I like this scenery perhaps, I can go over here, I can tap this, and I can tap on screenshot, and that actually takes a beautiful screenshot of the game and saves it into your gallery. And if I want to actually record the gameplay, I can go over here, I can click record, and now it's actually recording the game. So as I play the game, it's being recorded, and I can then go and I can send this game to one of my friends to show how cool it is, or maybe even upload it to YouTube. Now when you're done recording, you go back here and you tap on stop on the top here. Okay, so that says see recorded video in game launcher. You can go into the game launcher and you can actually look at all the recorded videos. So those are the game tools, and of course I can go here again, I can go into the settings from here, and I can also exit and I can go into the I can go into the actual game launcher screen, which is going to flip the screen. And of course, when I'm back in the game launcher, all I do is I tap this and I can go into my diary, and that's going to show me the games that I've played. But most importantly, if I go over, it's going to show me all the videos that I've recorded while I was playing that game. They're going to be right here. And if I go into the gallery application, of course, the screenshots are going to show up right over here. Even the video is going to be right there, but there's a screenshot and there's the video. All right, so let's move on to the next tip. The final tip I want to talk about is called the one-handed mode. So basically, if you triple tap on the home screen, it reduces the screen size of the phone, so you can use your phone with one hand with your thumb. So if you're holding the phone like this, you can just traverse the entire screen just with your thumb. If you're holding your phone with your right hand, you tap this icon here and it moves to the screen to the right side. And the great thing is you can use the entire phone as usual, just as if it was in its full mode. So I can access notifications panels, I can go into the settings, I can do whatever I want, and I can either left justify this or right justify this. And when I'm ready to exit, I can either triple tap the home button or I can tap on the settings icon and I can just turn off the one-handed mode. But if you do enable the one-handed mode, I just want to let you know one thing. You can actually use the one-handed mode with the triple tap button to activate it, or you can use the gesture. So you can swipe up diagonally like this, and that also activates the one-handed mode. All right? And every time you turn this off, it gets turned off. So that's very convenient for people, especially people that have the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, like I have right here. But it also works on the S8, which is not a small phone. So if you want to use these phones with your thumb, only your thumb with one hand, utilize the one-handed mode. And guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys learned something new. And